Good morning, everybody. Once again, we come to our class, Nationalism in India. In the previous class, we were studying about which people participated. So, we talked about the rich peasants, poor peasants, business communities, workers. There was no one actually who did not participate. Everyone was participating in their own way, whether it was fighting for the high revenues, payment of rent towards the landlords, or towards the trade business. But still, there were some limits of civil disobedience movement. Like whichever action is done, it has some advantages and disadvantages. So let's talk about the disadvantages. So before we say that, as India was divided into two, the Hindus and the Muslim, because the Britishers used the divide and rule policy. So everyone was having an effort. From generations, we are following the four Varnas, the Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishya and Shudra. The lowest, the higher, upper caste and the lower caste. So we can say that first the Dalits. When you talk about the lower caste people, Dalits, people who come under SCs. So very first, Gandhiji opposed all forms of untouchability. Like once again, we are following this system of four Varnas: Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. So in olden times, this was a scene where high people, the first class, that the Brahmins, they avoided looking at the lower caste people. When they walked, they should not come in their way. They used to respect the lower people. The Dalits used to stand away from them, give them respect. So Gandhiji, when he came to India and when he saw all this thing, he opposed all forms of untouchability. That we all are equal. We have the same, we are humans. Gandhiji called them means the untouchables, as Hari Jans. Hari means, we call it Lord Vishnu as Hari, and Jan means people, the people of Vishnu. We say that we have been created. The world is created by Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh. One is generator, the other is operator, and third is destroyer. Gandhiji dignified their work. Like we can directly say that even these Dalits were kept away. They were not allowed to come in contact with people. We can call it rich people, peasants, we can call them as rich business people. They were kept away. So they were not in contact, mainstream with the movement. Organized satyagraha. This was started by Gandhiji for their entry into temples and other public places. So you understand, in olden times, people were not allowed to enter temples, but they were allowed to pay money, put money into the box, which I just now it is kept just in front of the idol, but previously they were kept outside. Many Dalit leaders like Bhim Rao Ambedkar, the most intelligent person who studied a lot, he had a lot of degrees, sought political endowment. He is the person, he was so much talented that no other person could make the constitution. So even people like Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel also asked Bhimrao Ambedkar to make the laws, and he said that I will leave, I will not make the constitution, anyone other can make the constitution, but Sardar Vallabhbhai protested and he asked him that you only stay and make the constitution, because no other person has such qualification, such talent to make the constitution for India. Organized depressed classes association in 1930 and demanded separate electrodes in the second round table conference. These were the steps taken by the Gandhiji. Gandhi ji ruled out their demands. So when Dalits asked for the association, separate electrodes in the second round table conference, but Gandhiji refused it. He ruled out their demands. So there was no one to group people, to call them, to make them united. That's why the civil disobedience movement was lacking, because when you don't have people to support, things are not going to go in good hands, in proper manner. Pune Pact that happened in the year 1932 between Gandhi ji and Dr. Bhim Rao Ambedkar granted reserved constituencies to Dalits. Means no MLAs can stand in those constituencies other than SCs or STs. So this was been granted. Dalits, however, remained uneasy towards national movement. So you can see that how much hatred has been filled up between the two or the four communities, four Varns, about the Brahmans, Kshatriyas, Vaishya and Shudras. This has been deeply rooted. Even when people want to come together and work for one cause, there are people who go on with this community, casteism, caste system, and don't want to work together. And this creates a difference. And this is too much in India. One was the Dalits, the other one is Muslims. Now, how Muslims were taken? We have already seen the Khilafat movement. So, when this decline of Khilafat, non-cooperation movement alienated means alienated Muslim Congress. Muslim from Congress. So aliens are people who are not from our community, our country. We keep them separate. We look in a different manner. So this was one of the cause. Till today, we are being pinched out that communities, the Hindus and the Muslims. You can see today's media, what you see on television. If you are a Hindu, then you have to, if you worship Ram, then you are a Hindu. If you don't, it's okay. But if any Muslim names comes, he is a terrorist. They are born terrorist. They are always a terrorist. This is seen, heard on our televisions, whichever news you see. How they are deepening the roots of differences. Open associations of Congress with Hindu Mahasabha to widen the gap. So, communities were made to do what? To make more gap between the two, the Hindus and the Muslims. militants' passions in both communities provided provoked clashes and riots. Means whenever you see when you hear a Muslim name or see a Muslim, or when Muslims see a Hindu, they just had one thing in the mind, that they are going to attack each other, they are going to kill each other. Difference cropped up on the issue of representation in future assembly. So we can say that these differences, when they wanted to cooperate, but these differences were making them move apart. Muslims League demanded separate electorate which Hindu Mahasabha rejected. They did not give permission for a separate electorates. Both communities were filled with suspicion and distrust. Now you can say the distrust. We don't believe on the other person. If we are Hindus, whenever we see Muslim again, we just don't believe him that he's going to be a good man, good person. Then Muslims, I don't know about Muslim, but what they think, but even when they saw Hindus, they must have thought the same thing. And these things are not generated now. These things have come from generations. Our father, our great grandfathers also have seen this thing. And now as the world is changing, we should change. We should come out of this illusion. The antisocial elements and antisocial things that are being put up, feeded in our mind, we should remove them and should make a better world. So these were the limits which stopped the civil disobedience movement. If these things have been reduced or removed, or if these things did not exist in our past, I don't think that we would have to fight for so many years with British to get independence.